Acer Nitro 5 review. The Acer Nitro 5 is known as the gaming laptop in the arrival level with a price range of around the 4-figure label, which is intended for high performance and excellent power in games with a minimum distress at 1080p. Set up your new laptop, change your setting configuration with streamlined NitroSense Pro technology, and enter a game on which could be the best game-powered laptop for you. You will discover in this video that there are no hardcore players to excite, but no laptop with true great wills. For the demand price, which at a certain outlet is already reduced to about $900 per $850, you will get a high-performance HD gaming experience packed within a system capable of productive output, whether this is 17.3-inch video editing or 3K rendering with the RTX 2060 GPU. The dynamic machines may not run on the best gaming PCs list, but it was always a successful contender for a mix of portability, power, quality, and cost. So stay with us till the video's end. Stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and also hit the bell icon for more updates. Let's get started. Design. We can see a lot of uses like the sensitive price and cost point of the Nitro 5. It's challenging to ignore that the value was achieved by using cheaper materials. The whole plastic case feels in a number of places cheap, though fortunately the screen is very robust and the pad is a bit spongy business. In order to enhance use, you will need something from the best gaming mouse list. The whole mount weighs 2.6 kilograms, so you don't necessarily want to carry a laptop anywhere with you. The aesthetics shown here seem to have remained in the early 2000s, with a proven gamer of black and red attention to detail. Red LEDs with extra WASD arrow and NitroSense key emphasis will reveal the membrane keyboard. The keyboard is fully fitted with no stupid truncation of the buttons. A power key sits in the top left corner of the keyboard rather than a dedicated button elsewhere. You may have to be careful not to send your Nitro to sleep when you're a habitual and regular user of numpad. There is a slightly dull bezel of textured plastic surrounding the screen, with a web camera at the edge of it. On the back, the plastic of the display panel has such a pattern cut, but otherwise the chassis is unmistakable. It's not flimsy, but we can certainly see laptops of this size more sturdily constructed. Air is drawn in via slots and heat is removed from the back of the base, which prevents hot air discomfort while using a mouse. Features. Although the Nitro 5 usually comes with several variations, the AN51751, which packages a hexa-core Intel i7-9750H processor and an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2060 GPU supported with a conservative 8GB RAM model, is a special machine review model. This is a solid set of internal parts for the price, but we would like Acer to have jumped for the bigger SSD in this model. 256GB will not be enough for gamers to have several games in the local store, or only more than one live service title, for example Destiny. Surprisingly, issue with both great speed of Wi-Fi 6 and keyless Ethernet connectivity should not be a problem to download new games. Also available is Bluetooth 5.0, a basic inclusion in the 2020 laptops. The RJ45 Ethernet port is connected to a 3.5mm audio jack, a USB-C, and 3 different USB-A ports for physical connectivity. The USB-C port doesn't support 3 speeds of Thunderbolt, and there is no reader of the SD card here at all. Throughout Simple, this Nitro has all the connectivity from a gaming laptop on the first level, and nothing to write about. Acer's own tweaking and supervising software can be created for quick system modifications using the mentioned NitroSense button. The speed of the fan and power use can be adjusted on fly, as well as your CPU and GPU temperatures have been well built. Maximizing fans is relatively noisy, but even in demanding games, you can always maintain your chips cool. With a crisp 120Hz refresh rate, this 1080p LCD display is suited to snappy shooters such as Overwatch and Valorant, which give the frame rate the precedence over nice visuals, a decent start at the start of the laptop's best gaming monitored. Unfortunately, and sadly, its lightness and contrast ratio and reproduction also doesn't impress, with a couple of nuances that look dull and silent in more vibrant games. The expansion of both the Vine and Blood Witch 3 is more than 60 FPS, but the bright colors of Tosaint definitely have been seen in other gaming laptops. Performance. 1080p game is the bread and butter of this laptop, with most games reaching a maximum graphical size of 60 FPS plus. More eye-catching games may require a slight drop from the 60 FPS graphics table, but we couldn't find any games with which the Nitro 5 really struggled. Titles such as CSGO and Valorant will sit comfortably over 90 frames per second, removing all barriers between you and those sweet bracelets. Ray tracing is an alternative, but it comes with the tough hit we've got to expect for frame rates. Users can enable ray trace handling reflections, but do not expect to be much more than 30 FPS. The i7 9750H also pulls its weight, trying to perform with particularly good one-core productivity in CPU-bundled games and benchmarks. The 256GB M.2 SSD is perhaps somewhat small for us, but it surely is speedily enough. Reading speeds of more than 3000 MBs means that games are quick to load, and the drive also saw no significant problem with continuous reading and writing. For laptops of this quality and cost, battery life is higher than its weight and lasts for 5-hour video playback. Of course, a serious game session will require AC power. What do you think? You should buy it. The Acer Nitro 5 is a decent prospect with great performance at a reasonable price point, on and around the 4-figure price line. In addition, with RTX 3060, RTX 3070 and RTX 3080 laptops, we definitely recommend that you buy up if you're in the market for 1080p entry-level laptop and can find it for $900 or less. The only major disadvantages here are the limited driving capacity and a rather slight color density of the display. But for many players at this price point, these are not disqualifiers. Gaming excellence and performance is handsome, fantastic with good keyboard effectiveness and ray tracing on the side. That's all for today's video. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't done already. Do give a like to the video. We will be back with more. Stay tuned.